And let's start with Xenophon Zenny Abraham.
Yeah, thank you, Penei Sewell of Zenny 62 Media. Have you had a contact from, well, I was about to say Oakland Raiders out of force of habit, but the Las Vegas Raiders or the San Francisco 49ers? Thank you.
Yeah, I've been in contact with a little bit both teams, more towards the 49ers. The contact's been good. The conversations have been fun.
Follow up, if I may. Your favorite offensive tackle in the NFL? Thank you.
Ties in with the 49ers still, and Trent Williams. Trent Williams is my favorite player right now, and the way his athleticism and power goes hand in hand is very interesting, exciting to watch him.
Fernando Ramirez, SI.
Hey, Penei. Have you spoken to the Chargers at all? That's my first question. Second one is, the last time you suited up and played in a game, Justin Herbert was your quarterback. What would it mean for you for him to be your quarterback again if drafted by the Chargers?
I've been talking to the Chargers. Conversations have been made. And to block for Herb again, man, I think it's another dream and another, a vision that would be fun. Just like you said, block for Herbert throughout this whole time I've been here at Oregon. And to have that chance again to share the same field as him would be a dream come true.
Nick Hamilton.
Hey, Penei, speaking of Justin Herbert, have you had any conversations with him as far as just transitioning from college into the NFL and that NFL lifestyle and landscape?
Yeah, definitely leading into signing ages and so on and so forth. As y'all know, me and Justin are under the same agency. And I hit him up talking about what tips on what I need and like help me go out through this process and what to think. And and also just a friendly conversation to see how he's doing, to see how he's holding up. And a little chatter here and there about whether we'll play together or not.
Quick follow-up. How much would you like it to play if you had the opportunity to play in SoFi Stadium?
Sure. To play with Herb, I mean, would be, again, dream come true. That's my brother. The relationship that we created here when I became an Oregon Duck is second to none. And, again, that's a relationship that I'll carry out throughout my whole life and to the grave. So to be able to share it again, to be able to share the field with Justin Herbert will mean a lot.
D. Orlando Ledbetter.
Yes, Penei, have you talked with the Falcons, and would it be an honor to go at 4?
I've talked with the Falcons, and it'd be an honor to go wherever. But definitely, if I went that early, it would eliminate a lot of stress and a lot of certainty in my mind. But wherever I go, it'd be fun. But yeah.
And just a follow-up, could you describe for the folks in Atlanta what your game is like and how you like to play along the offensive line?
I like to play real physical. I like to use my body type to my advantage and to really get up under people's chin and to really showcase my mentality also to go along with my physicality, that I'm coming off the ball every play with violent intentions and that nothing less is coming from there.
Thank you.
Tyson Alger.
Hey, Penei, just what did it mean to be able to kind of do pro day with Gabe there, and just kind of how did that come about with Cristobal inviting him to participate?
Oh yeah, to be able to share that moment with him was again another one in my memory books and something that I'll cherish when I'm old and look back onto things. But yeah, I mean, Cristobal knew. And Cristobal's like family to me. He's like another dad in my eyes. So the conversation has been made, whether it's between me and him or my father, my real father, and Cristobal. And when the chance presented itself that he was going to do pro day with me, it made things a lot easier too to kind of go throughout the process, knowing that he's kind of gone through it too, and him being there just kind of guiding me and kind of giving me little pointers on what to think and what to really just to be free-minded to go out there and do what I do. So having him there right beside me was, again, something that I'll cherish forever.
Chris Kwasinski.
Hey, Penei. I'm with the newspaper in St. George, Utah. I just wanted to ask, how have you changed since you were starting at Desert Hills? I mean, both as a player and as a person.
Ultimately, if I would choose one word, it's my mentality. Going from high school to college and from Utah to Oregon, I've just kind of flipped the switch to a whole different mentality of locking in, of really taking that next step to be a better player and also be a better person off the field. So just kind of, again, being mature about it too. Again, as young as I am, I feel like I've grown to really, I guess, grow up a little quickly than the people in my age. But yeah, just ultimately my mentality has switched over to become a man.
James Crapia.
Today at Pro Day, just what was it like when the Bengals GM and coach are both there? I think one of them was even running one of the drills when there's so many projections that have you going there. And they're, I mean, obviously you hear the chatter, man. So just when there's millions of dollars on the line and your potential future employer is there looking at you, just what was that like?
It did at first create a little, like I was a little nervous coming in, but again, having Gabe there was made things a little easier. He was just being that support for myself too, and also just at the end of the day, football is football to me. And so just going out there clear-minded, not really getting those logos and those people's, I guess the teams and stuff, not to get over my head about that, not to really overthink about that. So at the end of the day, just going out there performing and doing what I do, and being between those lines at Pro Day definitely brought a lot of memories, especially back in the mode. So yeah, just enjoying the moment and be me.
Jay Morrison, The Athletic.
Hey, Penei, Jay Morrison from The Athletic in Cincinnati. I'm just wondering, obviously, if a team that drafts you asks you to play guard, you're not going to rock the boat and say no, but how motivated would you be to prove them wrong in camp and prove you're one of the two best tackles on the roster? And secondly, did anyone make you aware of the sign that Bengals fans hung in the stadium about you at the end of last year?
So yeah, with that first question, I'd love to prove everything that I have on my plate, to really come out every day, each and every day, to prove that I'm worthy to be in this league and to be a tackle in this league. And whatever I have to do, whatever steps that looks like, I will do, and I will accomplish it. And then that second question, yes, I did see it. I was playing video games with my brothers, and then my agent hit me. He was talking and saying that there's this big sign on the game right now. You should turn it on. So I turned it on, and I saw it.
All right, thank you.
Dan Wilkenstein.
Hey, Penei, Dan Wilkenstein. I cover the Chargers out here in LA. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So you haven't played for a bit. You hear a lot of talks about Rashawn Slater. You hear a bunch of different guys that are now saying potentially they could be OT1. It seemed like for a bit, some people were kind of sleeping on what you brought and kind of your, overall talent. What do you have to say to people that say that you are no longer offensive tackle one? What do you have to prove?
At the end of the day, that's their own opinion. But for me, man, again, just put on the tape. Everybody just go ahead and watch what I do. And it's nobody can do what I do in this draft in the offensive tackle rooms. So I bring something totally different to the table. And I think people notice that. People know that. But again, people will say whatever they want to say. And all I have to say is put on the tape and watch me work.
Okay, and just a quick follow-up. How would you say you've improved this year with you taking time off? What's the biggest thing you've done better?
Oh, I've learned so many different types of little techniques that come along with this game too. So I've gone with the NFL people, players that played before, or coaches that coached in the league for a long time. So again, with them and kind of soaking up the knowledge that they have for me, it was just something that I really benefited from this time off. And so this whole time I've just been working on that, being a sponge, and also just every day, day in and day out, knowing that I opted out and sitting out through this time, that the next time I have an opportunity to step in between those lines, that I'm gonna make the most of it, and that I'm coming with everything that I have, and I'm not coming up short.
Last question goes to Dave Burkett.
Hey, Penei, appreciate your time. Two things. Who were some of those people that you were working out with, I guess, both you're talking to the NFL guys and the guys that you were working out with?
So Sam Baker was the main guy out there. He used to play for Atlanta Falcons for a long time, and then Paul Alexander too. He came to California here and there and kind of helped me out.
And then you were talking about playing with violent intentions. I think that a lot of people love to hear that. Seems like a Dan Campbell kind of guy, kind of thing to say too. The Lions coach. I don't know what your conversations have been like with him, but maybe you can just enlighten me a little bit on what that relationship has been like.
A little bit, not too much. Talk here and there, but yeah, going back to those violent intentions. The first time I ever heard that phrase was Coach Mirabal in the O-line room. So once he introduced that phrase, it kind of stuck with me. Like it never left, and that kind of carried out throughout my whole 2019 season once I heard that. And I think that's what I mean by going back to mentality, how I switched it, and coming off in between those lines, I turned that on, and I turned on that violent intentions every time, whether it's pass, blow, run, block, or even just everybody around me, or just like the environment itself, just coming along and knowing that my presence is there, and that if you line up across me, I want to let you know that it's going to be a long day.
Thanks, Penei. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.